Late night Cappy. Ain't that late. It's like 6:50. Getting old. Watch the Geisha Boy. I do not like watching movies. It just garbage. And so it's been such a bad experience watching movies that even though there are great classics in the past, I'm going, you want to watch a movie? No, no. It's like I'm not joking. I'd rather go to church, and I'm not religious. If you could guarantee me it's a good sermon, I'd rather go to church than I would watch a movie because it's just such garbage. But then I got, okay, she wants to watch a movie. Let's sit here for 2 hours and do nothing. And we like Jerry Lewis. And there's a billion movies. So, all right, let's watch The Geisha Boy. And the Jerry Lewis movies are kind of hit and miss for me. The best one is The Nutty Professor. If you haven't seen it, go see it. No, the one with Eddie Murphy is not the original. That's when we started running out of ideas, even though Eddie Murphy is quite a funny guy. But The Geisha Boy, that's up there. I was surprised with how good it was. And it's I'll give you the general story without the spoiler at the end. Jerry Lewis is a magician, a down and out magician. He's not that good. And he ends up somehow he has to go to Japan. I think that's the only place that'll have him. He's going to go over there and accompany some actress. He's going to go entertain the troops in Japan. This is in the occupation days after World War II. And so the only gig he's got, so he has his big magic box and he boards a plane, but immediately you're introduced to his partner, Harvey. Harvey is a rabbit, magic trick. And the number of gigs they got, Harvey alone is worth seeing the movie for. This rabbit and the funny things they do with the rabbit, that right there, it's charming. That's worth the price of admission right off the bat. And then everything is profit off of that. So him and Harvey go and they fly overseas with a snooty female actress, and it's military thing. And then Suzanne Plachette is the sergeant who kind of makes sure nothing too bad goes on the plane. And then they get to Japan, and coming off the plane, him and this illustrious actress, they got a snafu, and there's falling down, and the girl's rolled up in a carpet, and there's this little Japanese boy who's watching all this, and he starts laughing. And then the woman with him is not his mother. I think it's his aunt or something. And she is like so excited. The boy is laughing because this boy lost his parents quite some time ago. And it's the first time he ever laughed. And so she hunts down Jerry Lewis. It says, "Oh my God, I have to thank you so much. You made this boy laugh." Um, and Jerry Lewis is like, "Oh, that's it." And then they say, "Would you be interested in being his father?" He's like, "Whoa, wait a second. Hold on now. I just came here to do an act." Now he keeps screwing things up. And so instead of performing for the military in Japan, they sent him to the war zone that is currently going on in Korea, which is its funny own little shtick. But he comes back, and then he ends up being ingratiated to the family. There's the grandfather. I'm not going to ruin it for you. He's a very dignified Japanese actor. He passed away, of course, this is quite some time ago. Who played in it? I think it was an Academy Award-winning movie, and they spoofed that movie in this movie, and they get because it's the same actor. And it's just the right amount. There's like it's a Jerry Lewis movie, but it's pretty serious in some ways, and it's pretty good plot, very well written. And then they just throw in the right amount of campy humor, just a little bit, just enough to know making fun of itself. And at the end, he's got to go back to the United States. He's got to figure out whether or not he's going to take this kid. And I'll tell you this, at the end, it ends up being it was actually historical because I believe, well, let's look it up. When did the Geisha Boy come out? If you know how to spell it, Aaron. Came out in 1958. All right, so this is after the Korea conflict. So it must have taken place in 1950, 51 or whatever. um, so it's 58. That's interesting because Suzanne Plachette, who's a very attractive woman, she wasn't. What was she in? Why do I know that? She wasn't Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Anyway, it's kind of red pill because she's like, all this women's lib and women's rights stuff, I guess I just let it get to my head. And there's some passport broism going on. This movie is over 60 years old. Yeah, it's 60, 65, 66 years old. And there's some red pill shit like Blunda. They didn't call it back then, but they knew something was going on. And there was a little bit of social commentary. I'm like, oh my God, look at that. Have you girls figured it out 66 years from now? Do you need another 3 generations to figure out that maybe being this woke girl boss horse shit makes you miserable? That's never mind. You go live in Seattle. I don't care. It's game over for me. I'm just watching the show now. I have no vested interest. This is just purely entertainment for my enjoyment. I was like, well, that's curious. A little bit of history and insight there. But again, without ruining it, it is a charming show. It really was charming on many levels. It's funny. The only critique I got about it is the relationship between Jerry Lewis and the kid, the Geisha Boy, it was of its time, so it wasn't anything people would have blinked twice at. But today I'm like, a little creepy, just a little. Like, you don't really know this kid. You want to be his dad. But aside from that, it's a wonderful hour and 45 minutes. It's a wonderful, charming little story. If you have a slightest bit of background or culture in older movies, you're going to laugh your ass off at some of these things. The rabbit, Harvey the rabbit. You know this? There's this scene where Jerry Lewis is eating a salad. You got to see it just for that. It's worth it. Go see it. It'll put you in a good mood. It's funny. Oh, and then there's the giant Japanese baseball player that humps him down because he's jealous. So he thinks Jerry Lewis is moving in on his girl. So he's hunting Jerry Lewis. They found this gigantic Japanese dude to play the character. I looked up, he's actor for other things, but it's just a fun. Imagine a Quentin Tarantino movie that's a bunch of vignettes and not dark or involving feet or death. I think that's a way to put this. It's like a Quentin Tarantino Jerry Lewis movie, if that makes any sense. So I strongly recommend it. It's very charming. I don't want to ruin things for you. Did you see it, Planes? I mean, it was a while ago. Watch it as an adult because you'll catch on so many more funny little things. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.